Alright guys, it is a pretty good looking Sunday afternoon here. It's 1st of December. Not too bad of a day. We're supposed to get up to almost 60 degrees today. I'm not sure if it's going to quite make it, but it's comfortable out, especially for the winter. And today, I hadn't been on the water in a couple of weeks, so I'm kind of feeling new and out of sync, I guess. Throwing a jig, my first bait of the day, and then we're gonna throw a big worm later. And if that don't work, we'll have to go to something maybe mid-range, like a slow rolling a spinner bait or a jerk bait or something. But hang out with me. We're gonna go see if we can get a fish put in the boat. Let's see what we can do. There's a bite, boys. Got him. Oh no. Ah. Ah. Man, that was a good fish. Good fish. That was a big fish. Hey, ain't nothing but put it back in the water. 12 to 15 feet deep, down in some brush or timber. You could feel it as I was rattling it through that junk, and man, he killed it. It felt like a good solid hookup, and wasn't meant to be. That's my second bite of the day. Second bite in 3 or 4 hours. One lost in a treetop, and that one just came off. That's winter time, man. Some days you come out here and you get a lot of bites, and sometimes you're fishing for the 1 or 2 big bites. And that looks like what today is. Both these fish I've lost have felt really solid. That fish was probably 5 plus. Just got to keep grinding. Keep grinding. That old same bait. Old 3/8 football jig with a cream ST crawl as a trailer, and that's just one of my go-to baits for the cold water season, starting late fall all the way through spring, and man, a lot of times they will attract a bigger fish. I can't believe I let that one off. Oh well, keep grinding. Guys, one of my favorite places to throw a jig in the winter, out in front of me here, I've got a steep rocky bank. I've drifted up a little shallower. I was sitting in 20 feet of water. I'm gonna have to back up just a little bit. I want to stay where I can fish out from shallow to fairly deep, but this is a good example of one of my go-to wintertime banks. Steep, got some depth to it. These fish can pull up and feed and move back out into deep water as needed. I'm gonna back out just a little. Anytime you've got a lot of rocks, a jig is a really good bait for around these rocks in this type of bank. Crawfish live in these areas. They're plentiful in Alabama. The only drawback is sometimes we get hung up in the rocks, but you're gonna have to lose a few jigs to catch a few fish, so that's okay. Oh, it's a monster. It's a monster. Well, guys, it has been a really tough day. I have thrown my little jig and I have caught me one little bass so far. I mean, it's been a tough grind of a day, but that's winter fishing for you. And I've got about 30 more minutes maybe. And I caught that one when there was 3 boats out on this little old lake today, and 2 of them now have passed, and the last one just passed me before he got out of sight. I managed to get a bite, and it completely caught me off guard. I was watching the boat go boom. I said, man, I think that was a bite. Sure enough, little old baby. But I've actually lost 2 really nice fish today. One in a treetop, which there was nothing I could do about that. Once they get you wound up in a tree, there's not much to do at that point. But the second one, I think I let slacken my line. I got him up close to the boat. I actually saw him, probably a 5-pound plus largemouth, and he was shaking that head. And I messed around. I think I was putting my paddle up when I probably let slacken my line, trying to get it out of the way. And you can't do that. You got to stay on them, and I didn't, and it cost me a really nice fish. So, who knows? It's been a joy to be out here. I've been off the water for a couple weeks, and I would like to have come out yesterday, just couldn't. And today wasn't bad. It's not that cold. In the 50s. 50s is good in the winter here in Alabama. We can deal with that. You know, another week, they say our weather is actually going to be nice, except for some rain this coming 6 or 7 days. I've heard 72 for one of the days next week, when that's pretty cool in December here. I like it. By next weekend, we'll probably have a snowstorm. You never know in Alabama. But guys, it's been a grind. I appreciate you hanging out with me, watching my video. This one will be short. No monsters to show unless I sneak up on one in the last few minutes. I'm gonna give that guy time to get loaded up and get gone, and then I'm gonna work my way. Got one more little point I want to hit and see if I can get a bite on. But if not, man, thanks for joining me. Thanks for all my new subscribers. I've had some come and go. I'm not sure about that. My numbers went up and down last week a few times, and I don't really know exactly what happened. Maybe something with YouTube. But for you new ones, appreciate you being here. For you old ones, thank you so much for staying, and look forward to the new year. Got some plans. Hopefully do a lot of different stuff. Go some different places, and catch some bigger fish. Been a pretty good year overall. Oh me, my jig just came off. I think it came untied. I don't think it broke. Bad knot. And I would have swore I tied that good. That may just go ahead and end my evening right there. Anyway, guys, make sure you tie good knots. That's what'll happen. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you guys next time.